Hey, it's me again. I wanted to go outside and be around some flowers so it'd be like really calming and refreshing. But also it's a bit rainy out and the light is kind of weird, so hope that works. But I wanted to put up another video before I forget because today's the last day of this kind of artist retreat that I'm on, and then I'm going to be riding the train home and hopefully doing some writing. But I was thinking about, so I've asked people like, what kind of content do you want to see? And a lot of people have been like, about the experience of moving abroad or going to grad school with a baby and those kind of things. And so I wanted to kind of preface a lot of the stuff on this channel with the idea that for me, it took me a really long time. So I'm 27. It took me a really long time to decide to like actually follow some of the dreams I have, even though I talked about them a lot, because I was just scared. I was like just plain scared to do them. And it occurred to me that sometimes like our fear is so embedded in us that we literally don't realize that's it. Like we can come up with all these like reasons, really good reasons. So for me, one, like a really small example was I always wanted to dye my hair like a bright, bold, and interesting color. But I thought, oh, what if I have to work an office job? What if I don't get, hired? What if I worked in sales for a while? So what if I can't go to meetings because like my hair is blue or something like that? And around the time that my son was born, so late fall 2017, it just occurred to me that like, why am I not doing some of these things that I really want to do? Like going to grad school, like starting a YouTube channel, like cutting my hair and dyeing it strange colors, or getting visible tattoos, things like that, where I had like always had like reasons, good reasons. Like I could explain them to anyone and they'd be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Oh, interesting. And it turns out for me, a lot of those fears were in my parents' voices. Which is not to say that my parents were like holding me back, although that's like a whole different video. But to say that sometimes I think it's really easy to get caught up in like caution or the troubles of our ancestors and things like that, and forget that like we can step out there and do the things. And so I guess I'd like to kind of encourage people this morning in the UK. It's like really late in the US right now. To one, like pause and think about like what's the thing you've always kind of been afraid to do but really wanted to do. Okay, so if you've come up with one, I would encourage you to like kind of go through the reasons that you have for not doing them. Sometimes they're really practical reasons, like, oh, I need stability, or oh, I'm getting ready to be in a play and I can't afford to break my legs skydiving, but like maybe after that I can go skydiving or something like that, But sometimes it might just be like, I'm just scared. Like for one of them, for me, a big one is moving to LA, and I've been saying for years, oh, I want to get into TV, oh, I want to get into film, but I don't know, it's going to be really hard to break through in LA, and it's going to be kind of scary and dirty and traffic and all these other things, and maybe I should just find a way to get by in, let's say, Wilmington, North Carolina, which is good for film, but not necessarily for what I want to be doing. And then I would encourage you to like actually listen to the people who encourage you. So for me, sometimes it's hard to say, to think about the skills that I actually have and like, am I funny? The answer is yes, but it's so easy to be like, oh, I don't know if people are going to think I'm funny. Oh, when was the last time someone laughed? But there's people around me who remind me like, oh, Schereeya, actually you are funny. Like you should follow your dreams. Why don't you have a YouTube channel yet? When can I follow you? When can I watch your stuff? And I think that like, I don't think that is unique to me. I think that a lot of us have voices of like compliments and voices of encouragement, but we spend too much time focusing on the negative voices. So I would encourage you to like think about what those are, and maybe start writing down those compliments that you've gotten. And finally, to really surround yourself with people who support you. So I spend a lot of time by myself just by virtue of being a bit introverted, surprise, of being a writer and of having a baby. But for me, so again, this week I've been at this wonderful, amazing, like Black artist retreat, and being around other people who have already had successful artistic careers and realizing like, oh, we have the same values. They care about the same things. They recognize my talent. They recognize that I'm like a legit artist, and they think I'm funny. Was kind of life-changing, just in a small amount of time, life-changing to be able to say, you know what, actually, I've been scared. And that's okay, because courage is not about the absence of fear, right? It's about doing the thing anyway. And that, for me, was a huge release. So definitely want to encourage you guys to just pick one thing, right? Pick one thing that you've always wanted to do, but you've kind of been afraid of. Think about why you've been afraid. Does it sound familiar? Is it someone else's voice and not actually your internal monologue? Like, is it different than, sometimes when you're really, really brave at doing things, does it sound different? Because for me, it did. And then, like, check the people around you. Do you have people around who are doing the things that you want to do, who are already kind of on the journey to where you want to go? And do you surround yourself with people who compliment you a lot? Not just like, oh, you're pretty, oh, you're blah, 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 whatever, but people who like really recognize your talent and support your dreams. Because if not, you need to find some of those. And I'm here to be that for you. I'm happy to be that. So if you want to drop in the comments a fear that you want to overcome, it could be really, really small, like wearing shorts in public. Or for me, one of them was making silly faces on Snapchat. I was afraid to let people see me look weird. But there we are. Yeah, if you want to drop those in the comments as a contract to yourself, or because you want some encouragement, or if you want to do it a bit more privately, you can send me a message on Twitter. So my Twitter is, you can search Schereeya, my full name, but also my handle is Schereeya backwards, so at AYEEREHCS. And on Instagram, it's my name forward, so at SCHEREEYA. And I promise you, if you want to send me a message that says, here's the thing I'm afraid of, here's what I want to do, then I will put it in my diary to check back in let's say 3 months or whatever your timeline is, and say, how's that going? Because sometimes we just need support. Okay. All right. Thank you for watching. I know this one was long. Love you.